everybody, this is Mr. Crafty, and today, yes, I'm doing the video that's been recommended almost a month from now, the Itadori video. Now, there's a reason why it's been taking so long to make, and it's mostly because, yes, I have a guest speaker. You know him, you love him, he's the one and only. You say your name.
Yes, it's Adam. Hello. Thank you for the applause. This video was on hiatus for so long. I'm sorry, guys, but I really just love Yuji and Jujutsu Kaisen as a series, and I feel like this is gonna be a good video.
Yeah, not to mention he knows almost everything when it comes to the scaling of Jujutsu Kaisen, so I had to invite him onto this project, and we had to find a right time where we could all do it together. That's why it took so long. Otherwise, this video probably would have been out a little bit ago, but Anyway, so with that out of the way, so yes, we're doing Itadori finally here, and also just a quick note: we're not gonna be doing a speed video because the speed, we'll go over the speed briefly, but it's so little, there's nothing to go over. Anyway, so want to introduce Itadori scaling real quick?
Oh wait, do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Yuji Itadori, also known as the Tiger of West Junior High, or Sukuna's Vessel by most of the higher-ups in the series. He's the main protagonist of the popular Shonen Jump series, Jujutsu Kaisen, of course. And today in this video, we will be calculating how powerful Yuji truly is. I've seen many videos and subjects on this matter, and people like to heavily downplay not only Yuji, but the entire verse as a whole. But today, hopefully, we'll give you at least a good understanding of how powerful this 15-year-old high school student truly is. So yeah.
I might just say, goddamn, 15 is already a high tier. If I was 15,
I thought he was 17 or 16. I didn't think he was 15. He's younger than both of us. I'm pretty sure.
I know that's stupid, honestly. But that just a little shot my pride every time.
Yeah,
Anyway, so onto the scaling. So, would you agree that end of season 1, Itadori scales quite casually, or not, at least relative to special grades, at least the bare minimum mark of them?
Oh yeah, because we've seen Yuji and Todo kind of finesse Hanami a little bit. We've seen Yuji fight Chozo one-on-one, which is also a special grade curse. We've also seen Yuji near the end of their fight, borderline just kill Mahito a bunch of times and shit. So yeah. He needs to be at least relative after season 1 to be relative to these special grade curses. So yes, you're correct.
Alright, and what's important about that is because we were actually given an idiot's guide of how to defeat, at least generally defeat these grades. So thanks again for that, by the way. Anyway, so grade 4, you can defeat them with a bat. Grade 3, you should be good with a pistol. Grade 2, you're kind of close with a shotgun. Grade 1, you're gonna need a tank, if that at all. In special grade, right, you would need bare minimum a cluster bomb, and it just might work. That might, break its wind or something.
Yeah, carpeting explosives, yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, a cluster bomb can basically, if you would set off a cluster bomb, it could destroy an area of up to several football fields. Several being a number less than 5, but more than 2, meaning it's bare minimum 3. So basically the size of a football field is about 360 feet. Now, if you would times that by 3, you'd basically get in a square area of 1,080 feet. Now, just a city block is about 900 feet, meaning a special grade curse are bare minimum city level, and the way it talks make it it might work, so they could probably casually take out a city block, which would fall in line with some of the feats we actually do see. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Just bare minimum, we know that Itadori is just city level, and that would wrap up this first portion if it didn't come through the introduction of the Black Flash, which, oh god.
Yes.
Now let me explain myself. So, this is my last video when I did about Gojo. I said, at the time, I thought the translations was just 2.5, and there was another one saying it was 2.5 to the power. Apparently, I was wrong, and looking over the official scans, it's literally 2.5 to the power. So, I just want to make that a little quick apology.
It's exponents, guys. It's not times. Yeah,
yep.
We researched it. It's actually, the author intended it, so yeah, it's actually exponents.
Yes. Would you like to explain the Black Flash real quick so they know if they didn't get what we just said?
Oh yeah, now, the Black Flash is a spatial distortion occurrence that amplifies your physical hit by to the power of 2.5, which requires immense concentration and reaction speed. But, we'll get to speed later.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's basically like a punch you have to time with cursed energy that would amp up your physical strike by 2.5 to the power. So yeah.
Now, if you're wondering what to the power is, it's basically like when I spit out them big boy energies like 4 times 10 to the whatever, right? Well, times 10 to the whatever power is what's being amplified. For this case, it's city block level. So city block level is roughly 10. It's roughly 10. Basically, I mean, if you destroy city block, you have to the 10th power. So 2.5 to the 10th would be, 25. Now, if you didn't know, that would make Itadori be able to outpoint 4.624 times 10 to the 25 joules of energy, which, if you didn't know, that would literally make Itadori, with Black Flash, he could destroy a multi-continent casually.
He's multi-continental, which is honestly
it's pretty stupid.
It's insane.
Like, I don't know why the author did this. Like, he actually further explains this in like a different like side panel. I'm pretty sure it was like a.
Oh yeah. Also, it's kind of like implicative. It's kind of implied that like the author like just wanted to like add like a little like fun like level thing, like a little power level thing. So just added 2.5 to the power. So I really don't know if he actually knows like that amount of increase, because I feel like he was just doing it for the fuck of it, honestly.
Which would drastically raise these city block people to multi-continental, which is just yes.
Yeah,
I don't even.
Insane.
Yeah, and also real quick, you could potentially get the 2.5 even higher, because we do know it's like you have to time the Black Flash. We've seen Itadori can casually time these, so you could theoretically just put how many times he timed it right and make it okay. That's the amp he got, but bare minimum it's just 2.5. Anyway, so that's all for like basically like I guess like end of season 1 Itadori. We're gonna be going over like some of the current stuff in manga, so let's switch over to the second portion of this video.
Now, scaling Yuji can actually be a little wonky, and it isn't easy in the slightest. But me and my friend Crafty here have researched, and I think we both unisonly agree that this is the best way to scale Yuji at the moment. To start, let's do Attack Bone C real quick. Yuji in the beginning of the series was no slouch when it came to strength. Even with no cursed energy nor knowledge of the Jujutsu world, he was able to throw a lead ball with enough force to bend a soccer goalpost. He also had enough kicking strength to completely shatter a school window with one kick to save his friend from a cursed spirit. He even had enough dexterity to punch that same curse in the head, and to further on, had enough durability to tank that curse wailing on him on the rooftop of the school. And mind you, this is Yuji with no curse energy and just seconds from entering the Jujutsu world after his encounter with Megumi. Soon after he learned the concept of cursed energy, he quickly adapted and started to take down cursed spirits of his own. Literally chapters later, he was able to contend with Mahito, a special grade curse. Now, cursed spirits are divided into categories: Grade 4, Grade 3, Grade 2, Grade 1, and Special Grade. Their effectiveness using traditional weapons are as follows by Kyotika. Grade 4 is easy work with a bat. Grade 3 should be good with a pistol. Grade 2 is cutting it close with a shotgun. Grade 1, even a tank might be useless. And Special Grade, carpeting explosives such as a cluster bomb might work. So that would mean that Yuji, soon after becoming a Jujutsu sorcerer, is able to punch somewhat that of the force of a cluster bomb. Me and Crafty both researched, and it would be calced at city block to multi-city block level, depending on what website you use, or 100 tons to 1 kiloton of TNT. And then comes the Kyoto Sister event, where Yuji is now trained and taught by Toto, a grade 1 sorcerer, and is now taught how to properly use his Divergent Fist and learned how to use Black Flash. Now, Black Flash is, like I explained earlier, a spatial distortion occurrence that amplifies your physical hit by the power of 2.5, which requires immense concentration and reaction speed, but we'll get to speed later.
Yes.
Black Flash is really complicated to explain, but in the best explanation, think of it like the electric in Tekken 7. Now, we took the city block calc and used the Black Flash multiplier, and this is gonna sound crazy, but it comes out to be multi-continental. Yeah, you heard me right. Or 4 petatons of TNT. Now, you may be thinking, this is absolutely crazy, there's no way Yuji can get any higher. But I'm sorry to say to you, my friend, but he can.
Yeah.
And that's with Dagon. Now, Dagon has a domain expansion where he creates an entire island with an ocean.
Now, might I say something real quick about the island? No, I don't know how most people in the fandom agree with this, but I'm gonna ask you for your advice on this. But it was stated that the domain expansion is created from one's own cursed energy, meaning like when it go.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Literally, the next thing I'm gonna say is.
Okay. Continue. Alright. Actually, you can.
Okay. Now, domain expansions are the highest level of Jujutsu a sorcerer can perform. It requires an immense amount of cursed energy that even somebody with nigh infinite supplies of it, like Gojo, can only use it multiple times per day. It works by constructing an environment out of your own cursed energy and your innate technique. So the manifestation of one's domain is equal to their AP and durability, and Megumi at the time was able to play tug of domain with Dagon while fatigued. Yuji and Megumi should be at least relative in the Shibuya incident, and I know that Megumi nor Yuji scales to Dagon in the Shibuya, but I argue that Yuji currently is able to contend with Dagon. So if we take Dagon's Horizon of the Captivating Skanda domain, and say it's island level as a low ball, and slap on the Black Flash, it comes out to be solar system level.
Yep, it basically will outpoint 1.799 times 10 to the 47 joules of energy, or like my friend said, solar system.
Yeah, and Crafty mentioned to me this before, but if we take into the fact that there is a star,
which I know some people disagree with this, but like it's literally shown in the manga panel that there's a literal star back there, as well as if you watch the anime,
like a star,
you can see it. And if y'all believe that, like, you know, Kaguya has stars in her own with just all that shit, it's not that ordinary. Just give it to them. It's literally a star.
Now, so if we take into the fact that there's a star in Dagon's domain, and say it's a high ball, it's large star level, and slap on the old Black Flash amp, that would take Yuji from large star level to multiversal.
Yep, and if you're wondering,
I know, guys,
it comes out to be 8.14 times 10 to the 110 joules of energy. Now,
this is absolutely insane, and
now,
for me personally, I don't really agree with this, but numbers are numbers.
Yes, it's like, you know, technically you can get every one of the 10 commandments from 7 deadly sins to star level due to them having some portion of the Demon King who created a large star in his realm. It's like you don't want to agree with it, but there's really no way to debunk it, unless if you go with the fact that it's not a star, which you would have to argue a lot of stuff. But, and regardless of where you take it at, you can either have them at solar system or multiversal. And just so you know, if you want me to explain how this is multiversal real quick, so the universal output is basically number, I'm pretty sure it's 2.256 times 10 to the 92 joules of energy. Now, in my own calculations, I quantified what bare minimum a multiverse would be. A multiverse has bare minimum 1001 different separate universes and/or space-time continuums. Meaning, if you times the universal output by 1001, you basically get to the 95 joules of energy. Meaning, Yuji is roughly like 15 exponents greater than universal, a multiversal. So by that logic, and this isn't even like comparing to what he is currently in the manga. This is just like what feats we have to scale him off to, meaning he's quite degree multiversal, which is just amazing.
Yeah,
it's stupidly amazing.
And I know people are gonna try to bring up that Black Flash is actually multiplication and not an exponent, but this actually isn't true, since the author himself intentionally put the exponent in there because he thought it would be kind of fun and interesting for people like you and me, you know, scalers. So yeah,
which is true. It's very interesting, and that would kind of wrap up the scaling portion. Like I said, we I am not making a speed portion of this. It's just very little speed to go with in the verse, so might as well just grab it over quickly. So there are casual feats like Maki dodging the point blank bullet, putting at what am I saying? Massively hypersonic.
Massively hypersonic.
Yes, but there's also more stuff one talking about. For example, timing the Black Flash is with showing specific calcs, and just the way it's explained would be even relativistic speeds, and there's kind of not really any way to get them higher through massively hypersonic to relativistic, and unless now there is some higher speed scaling for characters such as Gojo, but no one scales to him, so there's no point even going over them. So
also, Yuji is able to dodge Choso's piercing blood, which was stated to be the move. Was stated to move at the speed of sound, and Yuji point blank dodged that shit. He weaved it and just wailed on Choso.
So yes, massive hypersonic to relativistic is pretty casual for the Jujutsu Kaisen verse.
Also the Black Flash. I actually did a calc, and you would at least have to have like relativistic reaction speed in order to perform said Black Flash.
Yeah.
So
it all
I would say he has massively hypersonic movement and combat speed, and with relativistic reaction speed.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of it for the Itadori scaling. Sorry it took so long. You know, there's a lot of variables that had to work out. And thank again, Adam, for joining again. I hope you like this. I'm really hoping you really like doing this video with me.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it so much.
Before we end this video, I say thank you for getting me to now 210 subscribers, which I am going to be, after this, dependent on if my other guest is ready to record. I'm either going to be doing that secret video that's coming out, or my 200th special, which either way, it's going to be a good video. But I just want to say thank you, and you also, get a bigger thank you.
Crafty, you're welcome. You deserve all 200 plus of those subscribers.
Yes, and I did actually ask you guys to try to get me to 200 subscribers before the month ended. You well overdid that, and so also, why don't we try to do that again? Give me 300 subscribers before the end of this month. Can we try to do that?
Yes. Yeah. Can we do that? Can we do that, guys? Let's try and hit this.
And
also before we call it the day, I would like to mention that Crafty here, he's actually reading Chainsaw Man.
Oh yes,
I got him into it.
Yep.
And maybe in the future you'll be expecting future Chainsaw Man videos, scaling, maybe some like character analysis, maybe the series. So yeah.
Yeah,
expect
so
that. And also,
expect
the anime is going to come out soon.
Oh yeah, I recommend reading that manga first, so you kind of get an idea. It's much better. It kills time. I'm almost finished with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's all. Mr. Crafty and
Adam.
Out.
Out.